water runs into it.
Yeah, because you want the water to
pour out.
sink. Yeah, because they're bog plants originally, so they like their feet in lots of water.
Okay. Yeah.
And probably about how far apart? Probably about. You have to dig that one a bit deeper there. Probably about so far apart. Okay. Are we filming?
Well, I am recording a little bit. just as you pop your nose in there.
That just freaked me out.
Right. If we do this right, we should start that end and work backwards, really.
Or you can work backwards this way, can't you? Either way. Just where I've watered, you've got two lines of Right.
Right. So, do you want to take us round, Lynn, and just show us a little?
Jenny.
How did I get that wrong?
Everyone's done it. Where did you do a tour? Or?
Yeah. Just so we're in a. You call this dig it?
Get digging it.
Get digging it. Okay, and basically we're on an allotment down in Dunmow.
Great Dunmow.
Great Dunmow. And this project that you've started is basically about growing food in other people's gardens or other people's spaces. And so you're going to show us now some of the spots you've got. So
what we're on at the moment in the allotments, and we've got a potential 6 plots here that we're all looking after together as a community.
Okay.
And so there's 3 guys. There's Kevin, Colin, myself. This is another one. This is my plot here.
Right.
And then this one we're hoping to take over, and we're hoping to take over another one over there. So that makes it 6 plots. But the essence of it, at least here, is to sort of condense the community, get a really sort of inspired and fun and happy sort of community together growing food. And we've got a timetable. You know, people can come down at certain times, and there'll always be someone here that's part of the community. So it kind of makes it, you know, for new veg growers or anyone who's getting used to the idea of working in community, they can choose when they come and join us. And not be thinking, oh, I've got a whole plot to look after, I can't go down and water, oh, I can't be bothered, it's too much work, you know, and you're doing it on your own. Whereas in community, we're kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to go down there, there'll be a few people down there, that'll be good. It won't be all up to me to do it on my own. We all muck in together. And we have a great laugh, you know, we have great fun. And,
so you've got these plots which are all quite close to each other.
Yes.
How did that happen? I mean, that was that luck, or did the other people in adjacent plots suddenly decide, well, actually, we'd quite like to be part of what you're doing here?
What happened was, I had my plot, and then I wanted another plot, so I took this one over here. And then my friend Kevin, who lives just down the road from me, took a plot on just over there, and this was all fairly, I mean, we did actually say, look, let's try and stay together, and then at least we're not too far apart, and if we have to help each other out on our plots, then we can do. And then, so what's happened is, so there are literally 2 or 3 plot holders, but we have a community that comes in and helps us all.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, when I spoke to Claire the other week, I asked her, could you write me a little something about, you know, what you're getting out of it? And she said, well, yeah. She said, I feel like I'm helping the common good, and I'm getting some fresh air, and I feel part of the community, and I really love it. You know, so she was quite happy.
Yeah.
To give me that little testimonial, you know, to put in our business plan. So, yeah. So it's good. So so there's a few plot holders, and then we all muck in on top of that.
So, and what are you growing this year? What's?
Do you want me to give you a tour?
Quick run. Just a quick. Yeah. Just.
This is cabbages, very small this time of year because they've been in tiny pots and they've just gone in the ground.
Right.
So cabbages, onions. This is some carrots here.
Courgette.
Sorry. This is swede and kale and cabbages and carrots underneath this tunnel, and then there's beans and...
Is this just to keep the birds and
It's not
slugs?
just the birds, this is the carrot fly.
Ah.
That's why it's such a fine mesh, it keeps the carrot fly off. And the birds in particular, I mean, they love brassicas, they'll just peck the whole lot apart, you know. And then this is a little experiment because there's carrots here, but they're surrounded by onions, and that's exactly what I've done on another piece, because apparently the carrot fly absolutely hate onions. So where there's onions next to carrots, they will not touch them. And so far,
Seems to work.
so far so good. Then I've got some baby seedlings coming up. I've got parsnips, beans, fruitcake, all sorts.
So where do you find out like where these things go together and like kind of keep flies and bugs off? And...
Yeah, sometimes it's just experience, because you do something and you think that didn't work. Okay, I'm going to do that another way.
Yeah.
Or often, you know, there's something I'm particularly annoyed about, and I think, what can I do about that? You know, I need to. That's my onions.
All right, Biggie.
See,
Yeah.
that's what you're stepping on. Typical, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so I do the research. So I go online. I look up YouTube in particular is really good for anything to do with growing veg, and so I just do my research. And I don't just look at one. I look at several, and then I look at some people that say one thing and other people that say another, and then I think, well, which one's relevant to me, and what shall I try? You know, and then I just run with whatever I feel works at the time. You know.
Well.
Yeah, and like what we'd really love to do down here is, well, at least it's my baby, is to use different techniques. So originally I was going to use the new plot that I've got there as a permaculture garden, and to build swales in. I don't know if you know what a swale is. A swale is like a trench that captures water. That's the whole point of it. It captures water, so that when it rains hard, the swale captures the water, and then the water just slowly drains through. Especially if it's on a slope, and that one's on quite a gradient there.
Yeah.
So with it being on a slope, then you put your swales in and it captures the water, and then it just drains down the plot.
Right.
And it's meant to be a self-watering technique, you know, in the sense that you just wait for the rains and the rest is nature.
Yeah.
So there's loads of different things. There's something called hugel culture, permaculture, there's wood chip gardening, there's all kinds of different things.
And you can get quite a bit on these plots, can't you, if you plan it right?
It's always more than I could possibly eat for myself. I do a damn good job of trying to eat it all. But I do give a lot away. But what's happened is I've had this plot about 6 or 7 years. What's happened is I've grown more and more veg each year, and I've got more and more excited about what I'm doing, that in the growing season all I eat is vegetables. I don't bother with meat at all. What's the point? I've got so much food, I don't need to eat meat. So it started off as an economy drive. I was thinking, how can I live as cheaply as possible, because I don't need to keep going spending money on stuff I don't need and I don't really want, but feel like I have to have because other people have got it, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, what can I do? You know, I want to cut out as much expense as possible. So I stopped eating meat, and then after a couple of years, you know, sometimes it'd creep back in the winter, and occasionally I'd have to go to a barbecue in the summer and I'd eat a bit of chicken or a bit of fish or whatever. And then after a couple of years, I started thinking, do you know, I have been vegetarian before, but it was a philosophy rather than something that just naturally arose in me. And what's happened is I really don't want to eat meat now in any big way, but not because of vegetarianism, but because there's no point. You know, I've got too much food. I can't. I've got too much.
Just keep some animals, give them the food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and so therefore, what's happened as well, it's kind of made me a little bit more conscious about what animals actually go through.
Yeah.
And I'm not a raving vegetarian. I often call myself an accidental vegetarian, you know, because I never went out to become one.
Yeah.
It chose me, really, you know. And I do still eat meat, but I'm not a big meat eater.
Yeah,
you know,
I understand.
I kind of veer away from it. But, yeah. So that's us.
All right. What we'll do is we'll have a break, and then what we'll do is we'll record another one, because I think what's going to happen is that people are going to see these things over time anyway, and they're going to say, well, that's quite a good idea. How do we do that where I am? So maybe we could spend a bit of time just chatting about how it all began, really.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay, good idea.
All right, okay, thank you.